Human Fairy Scout. I briefly entertained playing like humans with Spellstutter Sprite. I thought that was kind of interesting, but I'm deciding to be like a Taxes deck instead because I just also love Pippin. I think Pippin is so good. But it's an adventure to make a map token, which is nice. Can buff your Esper Sentinel, gives you some card selection. But it's also 2/3 when it attacks. Reveal the top card of your library if it's a creature. Mana value 3 or less. Put it into your hand. Otherwise, you can scry or surveil 1. So we've got 34 hits for that. Wait, they didn't give me a Eiganjo? Come on, dude. I guess I'm probably just not in the file. Another Tidebinder deck and more of a Taxus Shell. I think you have to play Stoneforge Mystic. We played a deck like this recently, and we just like had no way to get through board stalls, and I really missed Stoneforge Mystic. Kellan also a fairy human scout. So we have Mariner, Kellan, and Sprite for fairies. So we're like actually meeting this card's requirements. I wanted to play Submutavaults, but I think we have too many like double white, blue white cards to not really want to play that many copies of it or any copies of it. Could maybe fit 1 or 2 into the mana base. Is Lavinia not in the 75 because she's bad? Well, it's just like I feel like I have my other bases covered, right? So like I have Spellstutter Sprite and Ranger-Captain and Tidebinder for the Cascade decks. I also have Meddling Mage for Cascade decks. I have Tideshaper for Tron, which I think is better than Lavinia against Tron. I think Meddling Mage is better against Titan than Lavinia. Lavinia is pretty good against the Bean deck. Into Kellan, or do we go Sentinel? So what's nice about Giver first is then I have like on turn 3 Sprite up for 2 plus a Sentinel. I think I'll lead on the Giver. I think it's close though. Better against Bowmaster to lead on Giver maybe. No Aether Vial though, of course. That'll be at the top card. It's punished. Is deck updated? Not yet. We're almost there. It's also the Mox field, not the decker anymore. Yeah, I accidentally summoned the Aether Vial to their hand, I guess. Go, Kellan, go. Gotta reread it like 3 times. Alright, let's play this first so that if we Sprite in combat, we can still play the Sentinel without having to play Otawara or Eiganjo yet. Alright, got an Unsettled Mariner. Not the best card in this matchup, but nice to just attack, draw a spell. Hoping that they don't play the Merfolk God next turn and I can't Spellstutter Sprite. Been a while since I've cast a Sprite. This is so sick though. I love immediately getting to do the thing. Coco seems bonkers in the shell. Well, one thing is like Kellan is kind of your Coco, right? And the more and more non-creature spells you play, the worse Kellan is. But you could play Coco over Vial, I guess. I mostly want to be on a Vial deck with like so many ETBs and stuff. But yeah, you can play Coco. Why cast Sprite? We can cast Sprite. I mean, we have both. A little bit worried about yeah, Sylvoon. And also a Merfolk Lord would be a problem. Okay, so we can Tidebinder the Sylvoon. Let me Pro Blue the Kellan, get in. Or should I Tidebinder this Aether Vial? I guess that seems pretty good too. Alright, 2 for 2 on cards. Definitely designed to hit a card most of the time. Yeah, is the title not up to date? I think it's up to date. Right, so get in for 3, take 3. VIP mod for elevation. Very cool. Which will it be? Congrats. Mod, awesome. Okay, we'll probably play Pippin. Hold up Sprite here. There you go. 3 for 3 on cards. When it goes down to 12, play a Pippin. Subtlety would be kind of bad. I can't quite Sprite it. Yeah, we have vials in the deck. What are they casting here? Trickster doesn't really do anything. Why not double block? Because then they get to kill one of my creatures. Spellstutter Sprite on 3-drop is pretty sick. Not too often that you get to do that. Okay. So I can attack with the Tidebinder and the Kellan. They block here. I Pro Blue. I guess they block both. It's tough. Just attack with just the Kellan and Pro Blue, I think. 4 blocks. Yeah, now we can sprite the next subtlety. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, Kellan is the other fairy here. I know, very odd that this card is a fairy. Human Fairy Scout. Yeah, 2 mana Sylvoon, kind of a stretch. Yeah, Oko's son or something. Okay, so they're passing again. Maybe another subtlety. Trickster. I think I mostly just want to use this now. I have a lot of good hits off Kellan also I could find. Sentinel's not really one of them, unfortunately. We have hit a card every single time. We've like literally drawn 5 cards off Kellan. Match 1. I haven't been able to curve out super duper well. Uh-oh. Not getting one shot, are we? Wait, they just gave my Unsettled Mariner's Island Walk. Let's go! Oh, I have a Tidebinder in play too. I win. I win. Let's go, dude. Lord of Atlantis. Thank you, Kellan, for the 6 cards. They're dead, right? Okay, so hold on. This is Yeah, I mean, I just have 10 unblockable. Would you know about Ion Walking Paper? I've done. I've had Lord of Atlantis Lord my stuff before. I don't know. I might miss it. It's like hard to say. Let's go, dude. Okay. I'm bringing the Batterskull. I think. I mean, Sophie and Kaldra are also really good. Don't need that many equipment. I cut my Ranger Captains. Now we're at 30 hits for Kellan. I can also just put Giant Killer in the deck. It's probably not that bad. I think I'll just be at 29 hits for Kellan. Or should 30 hits for Kellan, just 50-50. Doesn't need, seem pretty good that game. Mariner's also, I think, a little bit better than it looks. Like it gets Tide Shaper, it gets Trickster, it gets Dismember. Tide Shaper over Sentinel. I mean, they have a surprising amount of non-creatures sometimes, but yeah, maybe Tide Shaper is better. Like turn 1 Sentinel, they have Aether Vial. Maybe I'm overthinking it, and you're just right. But it's on the Multi 5 though. Tidebinder's so good. I think I get Temple Guard in here. If I draw a second Kellan, I might Journey On. I get 2 tokens with Journey On also. I guess if I draw Vial, I'll Journey On also. Yeah, the bot still doesn't have LCI, which is sad, but you know, it's all like, you know, a community project and stuff. Ooh. That gets to be pretty good if I don't draw a white source off the top. Okay, fair game. Draft Chaff is actually good. Is Kellan Draft Chaff? Cards, I would imagine this card's great in limited. Okay. Good beats. Game 3. Maybe it will be the one file this time. Spreading Seas, Game Stealer. It'd be really nice if like this Pippin was second land, have to mulligan. Okay, this hand's nice. I think we just put back second Vial. What's it, a Multi 6? Don't think we're going to be as gotten by Tide Shaper this time around. I think I could just even get an island. Like, they're going to have Island Walk on Lawn. I have a white source in my hand. I may also want to channel this. Els, the 6 months. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Okay, Adept reveals Sylvoon. So we have a pretty good attack with the... This card is always just invisible. An impossible to see card. We find a Sprite. Alright, so they'll probably go land Sylvoon. Not enough fairies to Spellstutter Sprite. Almost enough, though. But I can Pippin to keep the Kellan punching through, I guess. Could leave this on 2 with the Sprite in my hand, I suppose. Creature. Find a Mariner. Yeah, Vial and the Sword. Ha ha ha. We're literally 7. We were 7 for 7 on Kellan hits, and I just kind of want to note that like we're like a little bit better than a coin flip to hit a card off Kellan. 7, like winning 7 coin flips in a row is kind of crazy. Feel a Master of the Pearl Trident, which is kind of a scary card. I think I just kind of have to Sprite anything since they know I have Sprite. Got a pretty good attack next turn. Pippin having Vigilance is nice. Okay. So now I think I might take this up to 3. So I can cast any 2-drop. I'll trade Pippin for Master if they want to make that trade. Kaldra Compleat. No, let's not put that in the graveyard. I'll just shuffle it away with the Sophie. So they can attack me for 9 next turn, although this isn't unblockable unless they have another Island Walker. They're at 10. I have basically 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe graveyarding the Kaldra is better since like it's unlikely that's what this game is ever about. So Sylvoon cannot be blocked. Taking 4 down to 9. They play another Mutavault, which can block my Sophie, but I can also if I equip this onto a non-flyer, I can give protection from creatures. I could also maybe kill this Master of the Pearl Trident and get myself into a position where my opponent isn't just gonna have unblockable creatures. I feel like equipping on the Sprite is correct. Yeah, just equip onto the Sprite, and then it says 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I attack with everything, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I attack with everything, I force a block, and then I can still have potentially 2 creatures on defense. If I don't tap the Pippin in combat, but I probably do tap the Pippin in combat. But I also probably kill 2 creatures here. But they also probably have something. Yeah, they may have like a Trickster, Hexcatcher. Hexcatcher, I guess, is going to kill me. I think I'm attacking with all these. We also hopefully find a 3 off Kellan. That would be awesome. Solitude on top. I guess I'll draw that next turn. Alonus with a 5. Thank you. Don't you just die to mutas if you don't connect with the sword? Well, I can kill the Master with the sword. And also, how do I not connect with the sword here? Oh, right, we draw it off the sword also. That's right. That's actually a lot bigger. Otawara. I mean, they already have an Otawara in play. At the very least, it doesn't really seem like something to be super on my radar. Like, if they have Flame of Venor here, I don't know that I could have, like, any chance of winning anyways. Otawara Flame Borrow. Yeah, I guess, like, people say stuff, like in what way could I possibly play around these cards, you know? Like, I don't think leaving a creature back to block, an extra creature back to block even, like, keeps me alive at all. Okay, so they flashed in this, but I just killed the Hexcatcher with the Sprite trigger. Do I tap this? They have 2 Hexcatchers. Okay, Hexcatcher plus Otawara, but this is how we play around it. Easy. Pippin protection from Flame Otawara. It doesn't Pippin only protects creatures. What the fuck, not only creatures. Yeah, Mariner is great. Mariner is great. Okay, don't think it makes sense to tap this for anything. So now we deal 2 damage to the Hexcatcher. Pay 1 mana for ward. Unlike my opponent who thinks they can just get through the ward. Kill both of their lords. Wait. Why were they at 2? Okay, I'm still gonna win. Sorry, I thought their life total was higher than that. Okay, both one good punt deserves another, huh? I guess I didn't count like the islet tap, but I thought for sure they were at 4, not 3. Yeah. That's okay. I mean, I got to kill 2 lords. I get to demoralize them. Surely they don't have a third Otawara. Concedes anyways. What did they say? I guess I can't see anymore. Okay. Cool first match. Prismatic endings anymore, so you can keep, I think, these 1-land Vial hands a bit more. Be way better if this was a white source. Shout out to Second Island. Yeah, it does kind of remind me of the Bant Toski Blade deck. Kellan is the new Toski. Yeah, it is weird that Kellan is a Fae. Does just look like a random human. Kellan plus Sylvoon. Yeah, I thought about playing Sylvoon over Ranger-Captain here. I didn't think we had enough Merfolk. But if we could maybe play Ranger-Captain, we could maybe get Mutavault in there. And then we'd have Mariner, Tideshaper, Mutavault. It's like still with like one more maybe. Scam incoming, grief incoming, sad. How do you know this? Is our opponent a streamer or something? Or is this you? How do you know? Yeah, the NT deck is really good against Scam. We were 3-0 against Scam in the LCQs at least. Okay, take Mariner, take Giver. Take up. Slam. Wham. Your turn. Don't think I'm double blocking. Like that we can draw lands or spells here. Like that Bowmaster isn't a good play this turn. Yeah, enjoy it while you can. MTG bots are just guess. I see. Well, good guess. Dude, the best part about Mariner is no one knows what the fuck this card does. You're like no one can play against it. It's impossible apparently. Oh, opponents 0-2 at reading Unsettled Mariner. Don't have a green source. We can vial that in though. Still think I'm gonna take 4. Don't want to trade. Trading seems okay. Kind of bad if they have Fable, but I think I'm okay against Fable. A bit better against like Fury. Kind of nice also if they have Ragavan, dash Ragavan, Violin 2/3 and block. Okay, so they do have to pay 1 here. Just put this trigger on the stack. I think we're gonna lose our Sophie. Or not play the other counter for an equipment deck. I just because that card says Kellan on it, I mean it's a fairy. Like, but 2 mana put Cauldron in hand is not very good unless you have Stoneforge to put it in. Or put Sophie into your hand is not very good unless you could put it back into play, you know. Oh, this being Undying instead of Not Dead After All is tough because now it's gonna enter untapped. But it's kind of like people go, oh, what is the new Tezzeret gonna do? What is the new Teferi gonna do? I don't know. There's just like each card is just different. Okay, so now I guess now at this point we'll double block Sentinel here. Take 4. Hope to draw well with Kellan. Any reason it's not cast Sophie last turn? Yeah, it costs 3 mana and we have 2 mana. Is my analysis. Okay, 2 cards in their hand. Hopefully they don't have another follow up to this. Two Grief Scams and a Bowmaster is pretty tough. All right, thank you, Kellan. We love you. Draws all the cards. So if they're sitting on a Fable, they go land Fable. We can maybe draw a card. Voidwalker is really big nightmare though. Just kind of dead actually. Dead after all. No shadow creatures in the deck. Can beat some other stuff, but not the Voidwalker, I think, this game. Yeah, I can't Tidebinder it or anything. Okay, next game. Tough stuff. Almost pulled out of it too, I feel. Okay, I did want to bring in the Batterskull over Sophie here. Play Batterskull is really nice against them. I wanted to bring in the Forge-Tender. I wanted to go down a Sentinel. And then I was kind of waffling back and forth if I wanted the Solitudes or not. I think we'll bring in the Solitudes. Maybe Solitudes over Sentinels. Sentinel's like okay though. It's bad against Bowmaster. And this deck, unlike other decks I've played with Sentinel, just isn't very good at protecting the Bowmaster. We have Mariner, we have Kellan Adventure, just not quite enough. You go to 1. I'm dead to not dead after all. I also have no Solitudes in the main deck. There's 6 1-mana scam effects if you count Supernatural Stamina that sees no play. Well, it would see play if they ban the other ones. So it counts. I thought there also, like, how do we know this? Usually have no Sanctifier. Just kind of like first drafty. I wanted to see like how this deck played against Scam. Scam's kind of out the door. Have a million 2-drops already. Probably should have Sanctifiers though. Cut some Spellstutters. I think the Spellstutters will be fine. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, imagine a Scryfall Search, 1-mana instant, target creature to die, return when. There's also some that regenerate, but I guess those aren't as big a problem. But I don't know. It's like, I think it's kind of embarrassing to have like those 6 cards on the ban list. It's confusing. It's weird. And then like you still just have like Ephemerate, and you have Cloud Shift, and you have the blue flicker effect, and you have Persist. You still like have a lot of ways to like do the thing. So I don't know. Is Hammer on uptick? Yeah, Hammer's like slightly on uptick. It is like favored against Scam by a little bit. So like Travis has been winning some tournaments with it. With time to be good in blue-white Stoneblade package. I mean, Tidebinder is an incredible card. You should be playing it in a lot of your blue decks. I mean, this is kind of a blue-white Stoneblade deck, right? And then also, like, you also could never print another one of these effects again without it being a huge headache. Isn't it literally a pod problem? Yeah, for sure. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. Although some people like that solution. Yeah, then the whole like errata the mechanic thing is weird also. It's a total joke idea, yeah. I think so. There's a surprising amount of people that that are really into it though. Feign Death, Malakir, Malice, Evil, Not Dead After All, Supernatural Stamina, 7 if you count Ephemerate. Well, there's also Cloud Shift, and there's a blue Flicker Effect. Do you count those? Yeah, I know. We're just going to get no changes for sure. Yeah, slip out the back also. And Wizards might also know that they have like 10 more of these kind of cards or something. I'm just going to get Basic Island. And like, well... Isn't so with the back phasing, so it doesn't trigger tries. People play it. I don't think it's very good. I would agree if you were to say that card is not very good, but people play it. Explosives on 2. Be awesome tempo to Tidebinder that next turn. Have to rip a land though. I guess they did see the Tidebinder, huh? Still, I guess, pretty good tempo if they... It takes them 2 turns and 4 mana to kill my 2 mana 2/2. Yeah, we can't have no changes because Doomwake will just be too brain broken. Okay. So again, a land would be good to double 3-drop this turn. Okay, we found it. Let me get a Temple Garden. Just get a 3/3 in play to block the Shaman. I think I grab another Giver. Could get Forge-Tender. Getting double Giver up is like pretty good when these games get kind of board stalled. I'll just hold up the Tidebinder. Don't necessarily need to like hold it for the explosives, but I may counter the Fable flip next turn. I may counter like a Fury ETB or something. Mariner has and gives ward. Yeah, it gives everything ward, including you. So it's not templated as ward because I don't think ward can apply to players, right? But it's basically that. It came out because Mariner was ward before key. But yeah, but can ward affect players? Because if that, then I think it's not ward. Because a lot of the Magic Online, like the Menace creatures are all like errated to say Menace. Players can get ward. Is there an example of that? I'd be interested to see. Can't think of any off the top of my head. But just in theory they can. I think it would be fine. I just don't think I've ever seen it. Players cannot get ward. Yeah. It says permanent intemplating. Okay. I think it'd be fine. Kind of an interesting. I think ward is like the best mechanic they've printed in the last 10 years. Probably. It's just such a really, really nice solution to. Okay, so what do I do here? So I can sack Ranger-Captain to prevent an undying effect, and then Tidebinder the Fury ETB, and they have to spend 2 mana. If this ETBs, it's going to go 1 on Ranger-Captain, 2 on Giver of Runes, and then I just Giver of Runes, target the Ranger-Captain to protect it, and then can Tidebinder the Evoke. Yeah, that's the same. It's the same. I lose the Ranger-Captain, but I make them spend more mana. Like 2 more mana. Oh, sorry. But I keep Ranger-Captain instead of Giver. Sorry, I lose a creature, but I have another Giver in hand. And I think if they just don't Undying it, it's also fine. Don't Tidebinder Evoke. Yeah, so yeah, I'll trigger the return. The return. Not the Evoke. Pretty good swing. I think I take the Vial up to 4 here, so I can try to Vial and Solitude the turn after. This is a fun turn. To flip the Fable. Yeah, no, Tidebinder is really good. Just does so much, and it's like really often just a very impactful 3 mana 2 for 1. Just like the more you play with it, the more like, wait, it's good with this, okay, look at this. It just does everything. Hopefully we don't get Shadow of Doubted. So they didn't do anything on their turn. They could have some combination of Lightning Bolt, Bowmaster, Undying effects, Terminate. But probably not too likely to have 2. Maybe they have 2 of those things. I guess kind of likely to have 2 of those things because they didn't play a land. So let's just play this Forge-Tender. So if they have a Lightning Bolt, they've got to use it. I don't think there's much reason to not just Solitude this Reflection either. Gets around like them trying to go block Undying, which is like there's a really good chance that's part of their plan this turn. They also have this explosives up. Okay. Consider yourself Death and Taxed. Game 3 on the draw. Keepable 7, I think, on the Dragon Scam. Just a Thoughtseize. Man, I'm so excited for Monday. Twitch rivals. Ban on ban stuff. Gonna be a crazy day. They take Kellan. 5 cards in their hand. Third Giver. Likely end up pitching 1 to a Solitude this game, I guess. If they play a Voidwalker, I may just like have to kind of aggressively Solitude it. Now I have the option to play 2 Givers out. They didn't play Voidwalker. Having triple Giver in play is also really nice. Also, if they have a Bowmaster, it's pretty good. This is bad against explosives, I guess. I think I'm going to not play around explosives. Everos is my my casual for Twitch rivals. Yeah, the casual pro thing's a little weird. It's kind of fun. I don't know. I don't know that, like, I don't know who organized the Twitch rivals stuff exactly. I've never been a part of one. The format's kind of weird, and everything about the event is going to be kind of weird, but it'll be like a fun event. You get to just play Magic with your buds. Meet some new buds. I talked to Wrestler, told me to call it casual, and it didn't start a beef. Yeah, I he knows. Yeah, pretty good Spellmaster here. Bang. Well, good shit, huh? Oh, Hardcast Solitude will be good in a couple turns. Maybe they'll cast a Ragavan or Thoughtseize. If only we didn't draw Temple Garden, we wouldn't have played into it so hard. I think it was fine. It was like a lot better against just one removal spell. What are the odds they draw explosives in both sideboard games? Stream Child says, "Give me a shot." Why don't you refresh? Because it doesn't say that for me. What, I don't know what 07 means. I'm kind of too scared to ask. I see it in Doom's titles all the time. Also, Adverse Hidden Suit. Yeah. Salute. I see. I really hate how long my opponent's tanking here. Just means they have all good options or a lot of options. Or maybe they just have nothing like good into the Spellstutter Sprite. I guess that could be like best case scenario. Kellan would be a really good draw. We could have that with, you know, Sprite for 2 up. This turn has been only 2 minutes. It's felt like a lot more than that. Winner of the match determined by comparing life totals. Yeah, I think the life total stuff is just a tiebreaker. So, like, if one player from each team wins, whoever has the highest life total of the winners wins, which is very odd. Yeah, and then there is like a weird, like, I don't know, there's like a lot weird with the format. Yeah, we need to switch decks because we have an opponent who's tanking. Okay, so after 3 minutes, we decide to do nothing on our turn. We can also think about the Heath sacrifice. Now we need to think about what we're going to do now that the Heath has been sacrificed. Just ban the whole deck. Just ban it all. Ban every single card in Scam. just because of this match. Yeah, fastest scam player. If Kolaghan's command? What is happening? If any player takes more than 5 minutes on a turn, their entire deck is banned. Yeah, we unbanned the word bans because of all the dialogue, and I want to talk about it. We're still here. We're still on this turn. I mean, it's got to be a bad connection. I don't know. I think like every second this turn goes on, it just gets funnier and funnier. Boss of the 1 year, thank you. Welcome back. It just gets funnier. What's the best possible thing to have? I mean, it's like just Orcish Bowmaster or something. Okay, where was my turn? Okay, your turn. Yeah, it's got to be something going on. You know, at least Arena has the rope. You know what I mean? The rope was the best thing that ever happened to Magic. The old dot dot. Yeah, the dot dot was pretty good, but stuff doesn't lag like it used to, you know? The rope is trash. It's for the greater good, I think. I don't know. I haven't really played a lot with the rope. Maybe the rope is bad. I think that whatever is in their hand is pretty like stun locked by the Spellstutter Sprite. That might be like Fury Scam. It might be Thoughtseize. It might be Dash Dragavan. Some combination of this. But I'm gonna hold it up here. Rope is bad. So many new players go to time. In paper go to time because they think they haven't been half per turn. Oh, so the problem with the rope is that it gives players too much time. Because I can believe that. So they don't have a Bowmasters. Yeah, I'm down to go Giver, Kellan, Sprite up still. Counter 2-drop. Too bad we can't Journey on. Okay, so they can only kill one of my 2 creatures here. Unless they can kill my... They pitched a Ragavan. Unless they have 2 Undying effects. Or a removal spell for Sprite. There's a lot that can go wrong here. But then we have Solitude for Fury. It can block Bowmaster. Rope seems good to get rope. I remember I played an Arena PT one time, and like the client would just lag so bad, and it would disconnect you, but you would still be your internet would be fine. It would disconnect you, and you wouldn't know that you were disconnected, and then you just lose because it passed your turn because of the rope. It was awful. Like one of the worst tournaments I've ever played, like logistic speaking. So they must have another Undying effect if they're going to attack with just the Bowmaster here, right? So let's think. So if they have another Bowmaster, I go to 1 or another. Sorry, yeah, let's not play around Bowmaster. Let's just go to 2. That still happens. Oh boy. Okay, so attack with the Solitude this time. Be very cool to win this game after them getting that 3-for-1 with explosives. We definitely drawing pretty well. Code with the 38th. Yeah, your pet deck for sure will be good again with the BNR announcement. Okay, so they're gonna block an Undying, and then we'll Tidebinder the effect, hopefully. They still have 2 other cards in their hand that are both, or potentially both spells. This must be their draw for turn, Undying effect. I guess 2 more Undying effects. What else could make sense? Fury doesn't make sense. Grief doesn't make sense. Bowmaster, Bolt, no. Ragavan, no. It just must be another Undying effect, right? Not even Thoughtseize makes sense. Could they have a Fatal Push, maybe? I guess, yeah. I guess a Fatal Push could be the other card. Mariner's kind of nice against top-decked Fury, too. Just counters the ETB trigger with them not having extra lands. Alright, don't worry, chat. They only have 4 minutes, 38 seconds on their clock yet left. We can get through it. So theoretically, no Fatal Push as the other unknown card. So I think we can assume another Undying effect as the card they've been holding. Could maybe be a land, and they just were holding like Undying effect land, drew a land for turn, played land. If they cast second Undying, would that work through Tidebinder? Well, the thing is, like, I don't know. I don't think so. So they're killing Solitude, returning Bowmasters. Guess that's okay. Yeah, we'll put 2 triggers on the stack. You'd have to do it before the Tidebinder gets cast, though. So they have to Bowmaster the Orc Army or themselves. Should we attack? Well, life total's pretty low. Or I can I can cast a Batterskull now, so I'm gonna attack with just Tidebinder, I guess. Maybe I'll attack with both. Say Violet in, ping themselves, block here. I'll attack with both. What do you think about a Triumph ban on Monday, like all of them? I think there's like a 0% chance that happens, and it's just like wishful thinking. You know what I mean? It's like it feels somewhat random, and like basically everybody's opinion is like, yeah, I think that Fury is going to be banned, and then also like the thing I've been rooting for 4 years is going to happen for sure. Looting is getting unbanned for sure. They're going to ban all the Triumphs. They're going to ban the One Ring. They're going to unban Bridge from Below. That's me, the only one saying that. It's like it's just everybody just has their wish list, you know what I mean? They just have their wish list for what that's happened, and that just doesn't really make any sense. No, second Kolaghan's Command off the top. I guess that's fair, huh? Second Kolaghan's Command. So their hand is just a Bowmaster. I guess that's what they're holding on to, huh? Leave this on 2, I think. So they main phase the Bowmasters. Ping me down to 6. Presumably attack me down to 4. Be a pretty frustrating game to lose with how slow they've played. Yeah, probably just have to pump the brakes here. Obviously nice to have a action card. But, you know, I don't think I want to go down to 2. If I can help it. Well, we get 1 top deck. Can be Tidebinder or Solitude. And that's it. Man, that Kolaghan's command was also so sick. I can get a Kaldra. So I guess what I can do is bad attack. Yeah, bad attack, and to get them to attack into Kaldra. I'm gonna type oops in the chat. I should probably should. I've already lost my Batterskull. The Kolaghan's commanded it. Long match, dude. Ugh, what a headache. Fuck. Toxic? I'm just playing the game, man. Listen, I'm up 14 minutes. I get to I get to type oops in the chat as a bluff. Do we have no time binders left? I think we had one or two. Oh, but we could draw Tidebinder. Oh, no. Yeah, we could draw Tidebinder and counter the ability. Or we could draw Solitude and, like, gain life. Okay, sorry. Sorry. We have very few outs. Not that likely. Standard gamers, yeah. It hasn't really come up for me yet, the draw step Tidebinder. Okay, one card on top, one card on bottom. Board locked up. Love how attacking with Shell was potential out of PSX. Yeah, we still have that was the line. We had Kaldra, so I was gonna violence Stoneforge and try to Kaldra on block. But I had to get rid of the Pippin for them to possibly make that attack. I think the oops was just overselling it. Just overselling. Yeah, I could have draw step Solitude, exiled my own like Kaldra, getting like 5. So I had like 4 or 5 outs. Oops. I'm so excited to play Pippin too. Pippin's just like a really good card. Just can't play it in many shells. Was kind of hoping that they would save that fetch land for me to Tidebinder. Ooh. Oh wait. Wait, this doesn't get Marinered. Never mind. Okay. So I think I just play Sophie. So equip the Sentinel. They steal in response. So we get to draw a card. Kind of need that card to be a land. Oh, yeah, but we also don't... the sword doesn't move over because it's no longer a creature that I control. We did draw the land, so now they'll chump block with the Sentinel, and then we get to unlock the Vial next turn, and then we also just have a Sophied up a creature with against Murktide. Pretty good turn. And then we get the Vial unlocked next turn. They have 4 cards in their hand. I guess they could have Flame of Nor. At least cost them 4 mana. I have 4 mana. Yeah, the Archmage's Charm kind of implies that they're like Flame of Nor and not Murktide. Might have another Otawara. 2 Otawaras in these decks is pretty rare, but yeah, it's probably just Flame of Nor at this point. They can also like Murktide and Race, maybe. They're thinking about it. Okay, that's that's kind of a concession. Not quite, but kind of close. Okay, I think I'm down to just go Pippin, Giver, Violin, Kellan. Try Dress Down or Typhoon and Blue Moon to get heat. Delirium looks easier with Lorien and Preordain. I have played Heat plus Typhoon before. It's like you need to fetch, you need to cycle a Typhoon, you need to play a sorcery cantrip, you need to play an instant speed removal spell, or have a creature die. It's just, Delirium is really slow to get online in that deck. I think you just should play Mishra's Bauble, because that card cycles for 0 mana, and so it's like realistic that you can get Delirium online ever. You can also maybe play Consider over Preordain, would help with Delirium some. Alright, Ward 2, baby. Alright. Opponent would rather concede than pay the Ward 2. Forge-Tender in, Giant Killer in. I think we need the Solitudes is probably like fine. I like Kaldra. Sophia's our equipment. All of our cards are really good against them. So that's good news. I could maybe even see like cutting a Stoneforge, cutting a Sophie, just playing 3 Stoneforges and a Kaldra. I guess the Tidebinders are not amazing, actually. Could cut those. 2 of those. No, Band-Aid's Monday, Swift. And it's Twitch Rivals, where your favorite streamer, Aspiring Spike, will be playing Arena Mobile. Arena Mobile with a bunch of other Magic streamers. And having a good time, probably, hopefully. It's gonna be a weird event. The unit format. I looked at the decks. The decks look like standard decks to me. I'm not 100% sure they're standard. And they're like pretty curated. They're like it kind of looks like standard if standard was fun, maybe. Or maybe standard is fun. But they do look pretty cool. Yeah, Mobile Alabama. Don't know what I'm putting back. I think maybe the Ranger-Captain. Yeah, they're going to give us the decks, I think. Or, like, give our accounts the cards, or give us some... Or, like, the phones will come with the thing preloaded. I need to ask Evan, because Evan already has his phone. Will be happening during normal stream time. I think Monday is just going to be a weird day in general, because that's also the ban announcement day. It starts at, like, I think 1 p.m. my time. So I may be like live a little bit earlier, but that is also like almost exactly the time that the ban stuff happens. So I just don't know. Just don't know, dude. Just don't know. Kind of want to play Pippin. We can go Journey On plus 3-drop next turn, maybe. Can you stream both at the same time? Do you want me to be streaming modern casual like my normal modern content and doing Twitch Rivals at the same time? I can try. Sure, I'll do that. Just never get invited to do anything cool again, also. Why is Kellan good? Kellan is like kind of like 2 mana Merfolk God, Sylvoon, just attack, draw a card. If your deck is all creatures, you also have like, you know, if it fits your mana curve, kind of incidental treasure token, which is nice. Kellan's been pretty good. We've definitely like we've drawn like more cards on average than we probably should. We have drawn a lot of cards with it. I think I'm playing Kellan here. We have Pippin up to protect if they just have removal. We get to go Journey On first. Oh, we get two map tokens because they have a needle, which is kind of funny. Oh, and then got a nice two for one kind of. Yeah, it was very good against Merfolk. It was good against Scam too, I think. Just a pretty good card. And it's also nice that it's a fairy, so we get to play Spellstutter Sprite. I think this deck is kind of missing like one good fairy trait payoff for this deck to be like really nice. Like very sad we just were in a set with Fae and like they just didn't print anything good. Explosives on 2. So need a Tidebinder, I guess. It's gonna be my hand is all 2 drops also. Let's see what we find off Kellan. Sentinel, okay. So I think I'm gonna go Sentinel into fetch a Plains, sack a map token onto Sentinel. There's an Aether Vial on top. I'll go ahead and put that in the graveyard. I have a 2/2 Sentinel. And then I think I just tutor Sophie to my hand. 1 jump, scry 2 fairy. I mean, yeah, the card is completely awful. You should never play it. You know what I mean? there's basically anything is. I promise there's not another good fairy. Like the next best is Brazen Borrower, and I don't really like that card. But it's also not a tribal payoff. Typal payoff. Yeah, Kellan's been pretty good. Better than I expected, although we're definitely like hitting a card like every single time off of it. And the deck is like this deck is definitely like built to play Kellan, you know what I mean? Won't always be as good as this is. Okay, let's attack first. The Denver get moved to Chicago. Those are just 2 different events. There's an event in Denver that's happening that is the regional championship after Atlanta, and then there's the Magic Con Chicago, which is Pro Tour Chicago, and then there's also PTQs and other Magic events, and they're like normal fun. Then like EDH players get to have fun, and they get to all say hi to each other, and they have a great weekend, and then all of us we're just like sweating, dying to either play in the Pro Tour or get to the Pro Tour and the PTQs. And I'll be going to both, sweating. Or I guess I'm not queued for Denver. I haven't really tried super hard to queue for it, but I can queue in Atlanta and I can queue LCQs, and maybe I'll play 1 or 2 more RCQs here. Yeah, Mariner is really good. Okay, so triggers on the stack, huh? Man, 2/2 Sentinels are so sweet. So you would think if they had another interactive spell, they would have used it, because now they're just gonna like let me. Oh baby, we can Spellstutter Sprite counterspell on the Sophie. Yeah, they have something. I think we should keep up the Sprite here. Probably should have fetched first. If I don't have to shuffle away a card on top I like, although I'll just put that in the graveyard. I guess we could have equipped him and been good against that. Yeah, human fairy. Weird creature type. Untap Anger. I could maybe beat an Anger. I either get to draw a card, or they have 2 mana up. I get to go Pippin equip if they pay. Okay, GG. There's no you can't show up to Chicago not qualified for the Pro Tour and then be qualified for the Pro Tour before it starts. But you could play at there are PTQs in Chicago for the next Pro Tour. All right, we are gonna attack. To Denver. I'm not qualified. I've only played 1 RCQ. Didn't qualify, but I'll go. And even if I'm not qualified, I'll LCQ. And if I'm not qualified, I'll be in one of my favorite cities in America with all of my friends, so won't be that bad. Format for PTQs. Usually the PTQs are limited. They're usually sealed into draft. I lost in the finals of one in Minneapolis at the beginning of this year. It was like 1 a.m. or something. It was devastating. And then I went and got a drink with Jarvis, which is really nice. Jarvis was right there too. Me and Jarvis, it's funny, Jarvis is in the chat. We're both lost in the finals right next to each other. It was such a beating. Punish for top decking Bowmasters. Come to Dice Dojo on the north side. I've never visited a city for Magic and then been like, man, I really got to check out the LGSs here. Actually, that's not true. I did that when I went to visit the professor in Portland. But maybe this time, huh? Because like if I'm in Denver, I'm gonna be hiking. I'm gonna be like visiting some friends that live there. What would I even do? Just show up at the store? I would be like that guy. There's a video of this like Call of Duty YouTuber who like just shows up at GameStop. Just shows up at GameStop and is like, "That's right, I'm here." I don't know who it is. Let's see if I can find it. It's obviously not exactly like that. Yeah, it's my Roman Empire. I Googled Call of Duty player shows up at GameStop. Yeah, I think this is it. It's pretty short. This is me visiting cities, going to LGSs. That's right, I'm Aspiring Spike. I'm in your local game store. Let's go. I've got my entourage, my Spikelings filming me. They've got the logo on the backpack. That's right, I'm here. Professional streamer. Let's go, dude. Phase up. Sword of Fire and Ice. I guess that is a card that can help me race this Voidwalker. Yeah, it's a tough watch for sure. Tough watch. Yeah, it is very funny that they uploaded it also. Like, yeah, that is kind of the funniest part of that video, huh? the fact that they uploaded it. Yeah, we want to Tidebinder this and then counter their scam card. Yeah, it's okay. I like talking to fans and people. It's always cool to see people who watch the stream. I don't mind at all. I just feel like it's a kind of like I don't know, rolling up. I'm Aspiring Spike. I guess I actually like literally did do that with Harry in London, but he set that up. That wasn't me. It's just like the ego thing, you know. I'm here. Alright. Opponent's preparing for what their deck will be after Grief gets banned. I think they were trying to figure out if they still get to get their Grief if they scam it. Oh, we just have another one. Okay, great. How is this Grief in play through Tidebinder and Spellstutter Sprite? That's bullshit. Okay, so we're drawing Sword of Fire and Ice. I think I can I attack with everything? Can I attack with just Kellan? I think I probably have to leave everything else back. Kaldra Compleat. Let's go ahead and put that one away. Oh, fuck. My opponent has Voidwalker. They could I guess if they try to Voidwalker Kaldra, I can if they tap sack Voidwalker, I can Vial and Ranger-Captain and then sack it, and then they just put a Tidebinder into play. I guess that would be okay. Yeah, that would be fine. Ace Tiger, great username. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Man, I wish I had a username as sick as Ace Tiger, dude. Okay, let's grab a giver. Does a red black just go on without Fury? Yeah, you can play black mid range decks for sure. I think that's the point too. Like, it's always kind of nice when you ban something and then the players who own the deck still get to compete and play. Corey isn't a VIP or a mod. I guess that can be Corey's prize for defeating me in the Super League and the Super Qualifier and everything else. But which, if he wants to be, he can be a VIP or mod if you want Corey. You can pick one, but not both, because you just can't be both. They don't let you. Surely I've beaten Corey before. I can't actually recall ever actually doing that. Except, yeah, but which one do you want? You could pick one or the other. Do I target the Tidebinder? They get, man, we've really been not hitting on Kellan this time. The first time we played Kellan, we hit 7 times in a row. Yeah, I think we have to target the Bowmaster if it triggered, but I guess they just always jump block there, huh? Alright. VIP Corey. Could have explored first. Well, if I explore first and I brick, then I don't get to play a giver. But yeah, I could have. I guess that is the point of the card. So top card is a Spellstutter Sprite, which I get very punished for tapping this island, but I'll just keep it on top, I think, to draw the card. Oh, they've been printing. It's funny, they've been printing a lot of cards like this in this set that are like good card advantage engines that don't get got by Bowmaster, Shieldred, Kellan, Inti, Call Up a Call, a lot of cards. If I want to qualify for PT playing Modern, is Denver the best chance? Yeah. It's kind of your only chance besides the Magic Online stuff. Yeah, the Gavin in this chat is not the Gavin from the Super League, as we found out. The Solitude. So they're gonna target this giver, and I go up to 6, and then I'm dead to top deck push, but not Solitude. Oh, they drew a spell. Okay, so they exile Kellan with March of Otherworldly Lights. So we drew a land, Kellan, and then I can't equip, or I die. Wait, they should have just killed me. What the fuck? How was this their card? Okay, I guess we take that. Okay, so we need to draw a creature. We need them to brick this turn. Still not dead if we draw a creature. Okay. Well, my opponent graciously gave me a couple extra turns, so how can I be upset? I don't think I want to change too much. Their build is a little weird. They're like Mardu Scam. They're playing Ephemerate. They're playing mostly just Scam Splash for Ephemerate, I guess. Maybe one of the players are like, they're definitely going to ban every Scam card. So let's see what this is like. I'm going to bring in Batterskull, I think, over Sophie. Don't know that I want to bring in Solitude this time, but I think it's probably fine. They're playing Solitude instead of they're just testing Solitude instead of Fury and Scam. Play one Sentinel. Yeah, BNR announcement is on Monday. Next week is gonna be crazy. Yeah, we don't know what's getting banned yet, but they strongly implied that Fury's getting banned in Modern. They implied that the Discover stuff is getting banned or nerfed in Pioneer. I'm assuming banned. Karn is getting banned in Pioneer, and they also hinted at some unbans too. We'll see though. I think they're also like maybe ban Bowmaster in Legacy instead of just I don't know. Bowmaster's probably insane in Legacy. I think Death and Taxes splashes for it even. I guess a little bit riskier also to keep one land Aether Vial hands against the March of Red or the Really Light deck. Grief is not still problematic. I think it's problematic, but the thing is, if you ban Fury or Grief, like you just can't have the Scam formula, and like you break up the deck in a really big way. Summon that to their hand. I'm pretty sure we play Pippin first. Has to draw land. Bowmaster Legacy is okay. It's a Delver format without it. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Delver is like still a card. It feels like the card like I guess Ragavan's banned. Come on, Vindicate. You're shitting me, dude, with this Vindicate right now. My opponent lulled me in the chat, dude. You can't... They lulled me. Huge fan, by the way. I bet, dude. I bet. Can't Solitude? I put this shit into play, dude. I'm gonna start attacking with it. Do a main phase and I'm going to discard. I have double Bowmasters. Oh, just double ETB trigger because of Elshnorn. All right, my head hurts. I'm gonna call a stream here, I think. Feeling kind of fatigued, and we have a pretty crazy week next week. Also, yeah, still 2 normal streams. Likely tournament this week.